Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever just stopped and wondered, how does a simple idea, that little spark of inspiration, turn into something tangible, something real that you can actually see and touch? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the engine that drives all of this change, the project.
No, really. Think about it for a second. How on earth did we manage to split the atom? Or tunnel all the way under the English Channel? How do you even begin to plan something as massive as the Olympic Games? These things don't just happen by accident. No way. They are the results of a very specific and super powerful way of working.
So here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to look at why the modern world needs projects so badly. We'll nail down what a project actually is, walk through its life story from beginning to end, figure out how you know if one was successful, and then bring it all back to you and your next big idea.
All right, first up, to really get why projects are such a big deal, we've got to look at the world we're all operating in. And let's be honest, the business world today, it's a lot. It's relentless, it's fast, and boy, is it competitive.
It's like companies are juggling a dozen things at once, all the time. They're up against global competition, they have to constantly be innovating, customers want answers yesterday, and they have to do it all without breaking the bank. With all that pressure, just doing the same old thing, day in and day out, that's just not going to cut it. You need a special tool to make those big leaps forward.
So you've got all this chaos, right? How do companies deal with it? How do they take a big, grand strategy and actually make it happen? Well, the answer is projects.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of it. A company can have the most brilliant strategy ever written, but if it just collects dust on a shelf, it's completely worthless. Projects are the engines that bring that strategy to life. Think of them as the bridge from what if to what is.
And hey, this isn't just about corporate goals. Let's go back to those epic examples, splitting the atom, developing new technology, planning the Olympics. Every single one of them was a project. It's the fundamental tool we use to create something brand new, to tackle a massive problem, and honestly, to build the future. Okay, so to really nail down what a project is, it actually helps to first understand what it's not. See, most of the work that gets done every day in a company is what you'd call a process. Let's put them side by side and see the difference.
Yeah, look at this. It's a pretty stark contrast, right? Over on one side, you've got process. Think of it as the daily grind, the stuff that keeps the lights on. It's repetitive, it's predictable, you know what you're going to get. But then you have a project. That's a whole different beast. It's a one-off, totally unique thing that happens outside the normal flow. And because it's new, yeah, you're a lot less certain about how it'll turn out from the get-go.
So this all leads to a really simple but powerful definition. A project is temporary, and that's key. It has a start date and an end date. It's not supposed to last forever. And it's unique. The whole point is to make something brand new, something that hasn't been done in exactly that way before.
So what are the building blocks? Well, if you were to look under the hood of any project, big or small, you'd find these same parts. There's always a clear goal, a deadline, a set budget, a team of people, and usually you've got folks from all different departments coming together to make it happen.
It's kind of funny, but a project is a lot like a living thing. It has a life cycle. It's born from an idea. It grows. It does its work, and then it comes to an end. And if you want to manage one well, you absolutely have to understand this four-stage journey.
So here they are. Every single project on the planet goes through these four distinct stages. It's this super logical flow from, hey, I've got an idea, to a detailed plan, to doing the actual work, and then finally tying it all up with a bow. It's the essential roadmap, plain and simple. It all starts with initiation. And let me tell you, this stage is so important. If you mess this up, the whole thing can fall apart. This is where you have to ask those tough, big picture questions. What are we really trying to do here? What does done even look like? It's wild how many projects are doomed from the start just because this part was rushed.
All right, so once you've got the what figured out, it's time for the how. That's stage 2, planning. This is where you get into the nitty-gritty. We're talking spreadsheets, calendars, who's doing what lists, the whole shebang. This is the detailed blueprint that everyone's going to follow.
And now for the main event. Stage 3, execution. This is where the rubber meets the road. All that planning, it's go time. The team is building, creating, and making it all happen. And yeah, as you can probably guess, this is where most of the time, money, and energy gets spent.
But wait, you're not done yet. Just because the thing is built doesn't mean the project is over. The last stage, closure, is crucial. You hand off the final product, sure, but you also have to stop and reflect. What went well? What was a total disaster? Learning those lessons is pure gold for the next time around.
Okay, so you made it through all 4 stages. The project is quote-unquote done. Great. But was it a success? And that question is actually a lot trickier than you might think. The old school way of looking at it is something called the quadruple constraint. It's basically a 4-point checklist. Did you finish on time? Did you stick to the budget? Does the final product actually do what it's supposed to? And the big one, is the customer happy with it?
And look, hitting those 4 points is great, don't get me wrong. But is that really the whole story? I mean, what if you check all those boxes, but the project doesn't actually make a real difference to the business? Or worse, what if it fixes one problem today, but creates 3 new ones for tomorrow?
This is where we need to think a little bigger. A more modern view of success goes way deeper. Yeah, you still care about being on time and on budget. That's efficiency. But you also have to ask, did it have a real impact on the customer? Did it help the business succeed commercially? And maybe the most important question of all, did this project set us up to win in the future?
All right, we've gone on quite a journey here, haven't we? From the crazy, chaotic business world all the way through the life of a project. So let's bring it all home, back to the starting point, the people who actually make all this stuff happen.
I love this quote because it just nails it. In a world that's changing by the second, being able to run a project well isn't just some line on a resume. It's a superpower. People who can take an idea and see it through to the finish line, they are absolutely indispensable.
So if there's one thing I want you to take away from all this, it's this. A strategy is just a dream on paper. An idea for change is just an idea. It takes a project to make any of that real. So think about it. Look at your organization, your team, even your own life. What's the next big thing you want to make happen? And what's the project that's going to get you there?